Hello everyone and welcome back to Genie Crafts. So I've been posting a lot of videos on string arts recently in the past few months, and today we are doing a very different kind of string art. We are keeping it very simple and we are simply doing how to create string texts, right, like this one. So this is basically, I've tried an example of a nameplate with hashtag home, and today we are going to see how to do it, what are the things that you need to take care of, how to achieve this kind of design, and so on. So guys, let's get started. So guys, here is a MDF nameplate. So this is quite beautiful looking nameplate, and I think it's around 5 or 6 thick, and I've already painted it with white gesso. So I use white and black gesso for painting my MDF. So front is always white, and later on I'm going to paint the back also with the black gesso. And next step is to actually create the layout of the text that I want to create. So on Microsoft PowerPoint I already have this similar size text. So as you can see that it fits almost perfectly, and now I want to create the nail positions. As you can see that the distance between the two lines of the text almost and all the places is almost 1 centimeter. So if I measure it, it's almost 1.1 centimeter, which is good because you need at least 1 centimeter distance between the edges of the text so that you can see the design that the thread is going to create. Okay, so that's the next step, and I will get back for the next step very soon. So that's the next step, and to create those indentations you can use a metallic tip or a metallic pencil, or if you don't have that you can use a compass also to basically create those nail position marks. Now a simple formula or a simple method to create nail marks at equal distances, first that you put all the corner ones. So I will put a nail mark here, 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 all the corner ones except on the circular ones, and then you ensure that there is at least 5 millimeter gap between the nails. So if I put a nail here and a nail here, I'm not going to put a nail in between these two because these are already very close to each other, so I'm not going to put a nail here. But if I put a nail here and a nail here, I can put two more nails, one here and one here, right? So that's how the nail placement should be when you are doing string art for text outlines or similar designs. So what I will do is that first for this hashtag, let me start with, so the inner square is very clear, so there are 4 corners, so you put one here, and you don't need to put very deep indentations or deep marks here, just a small mark on the board is required for you to know where to use the nails. So wherever there are sharp corners, first start with that and quickly do that. Now that we have marked the corners, now it's time to put nail positions in between. Now between this and this, I really don't think that you need any more nails, because if I put here, theoretically I can place a nail here, but then the nails will be too close and we don't want that close, right? So I'm going to put one nail here, one nail here. You can use a scale also to ensure that all the dots are in the same line, so it's up to you. Then one nail here, here, and similarly for all the longer lines I'm going to place one nail in between. So you effectively understand right now that what is the distance that I'm maintaining between the nails. Now on these edges I really don't want any ones, so it's okay. Obviously these two are quite close to each other, but then there is no choice because both are corners, right? So similarly I'm going to do it for rest of the text also in time-lapse mode, and we'll start again after the time-lapse. So here we have our board with all the nail marks. Now the next step is to put in the nails. So let's start with that. Okay guys, so here we are with all the nails done. You can already see the outline of the letters. There is HOME and then there's the hashtag. Now for doing the threading across the nails, I'm not going to use the portrait thread. The thread that I'm using is like this. As you can see, this is a fairly thick thread. I don't know the exact weight of it, but this is actually a craft thread and it's at least 4 or 5 times thicker than what I normally use for the portrait. And this is good because unlike portrait, we don't have sequence, we just have to create our own sequence between the nails. So I'll show you how to do that. But so for hashtag, I'm going to use this thread, and for the letters I'm going to use this blue color. So these are the two colors that I have chosen to use. So all the letters will be in the blue and then this hashtag will be in the... Okay, so to start with, you first need to tie the thread across one of the nails. So let's take one of the edge nails as the starting points. So I'll start the edge from the top, and there is a certain kind of pattern that you need to make sure that there is enough density of the thread so that the board underneath is actually hidden. And there is no fixed pattern to it, so you can choose to make your own pattern how you want to actually go about it. And if you look online, everybody will use a different pattern. So what I'm going to do is to first create a little bit of density. So I have left a couple of nails at the start, and I don't want to, so I can do it like so I can go like this also, basically. So you'll need to repeat the patterns again and again with different nail gaps so that there is enough density of the thread created. Now next time, instead of starting with this thread, I'm going to use this one. So a different design will get created. Now as slowly and slowly I am weaving, you can see that the density of the thread is increasing, and you can see that it is getting covered by the thread. Similarly from this direction, from this direction also, you need to repeat the same thing. If you want, you can also go like from this nail to this nail, and then if you want to create a center point, then you can do it like that. Make sure that there is enough tension between the threads so that it doesn't loosen up. Once you are happy, and I'm still not happy, so let me increase the gap by one more nail and do a little bit of more threading here, because these threads are slightly thicker than your normal thread, so they are going to occupy the base of the nail very quickly. So you have to be very sure that the thread is not coming out. And here we are. Now this is fairly dense. You can almost see that the board is almost gone now. Once you are done with this, then there is a next step of kind of outlining it. So that I will take care at the end. The only thing that I want to do a little bit more is here, because there seems to be a little less density with regards to the top and the bottom nails. So I'm going to do a little crisscross here. Now I have to jump from here and I have to do this center portion. Okay, so I'm going to utilize this method of jumping from here. You don't need to jump in such a way that it becomes obvious that here you have taken the jump. So let's start doing like this, and I have to stop here because then I'll increase the gap by one nail and I'll repeat the same process. And finally complete crisscross. Now there is a little gap here, so you need to do a little bit of crisscross here, because just by putting here it's not happening, so I'm going to do a little maneuvering with the other nails also from here also. Okay, so here we are done, we are almost done. Well, like I said, we'll do the outline at the end. So from here I will go to this thread, this loop, and then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start weaving for the other part of the edge. Now this might look very simple, and but it takes some time to getting used to, you know, finding the right patterns to do it actually. Because initially when I also tried, I thought that okay, this is so simple, should be easily doable, but when you actually go about doing it, that's when you realize that you need to move in a specific pattern. Actually, these nails not being in a very symmetrical order create a lot of problems. Also, now you have to match this side with this side, so be sure to follow the same pattern that you have followed this side on this side of the edge also. Just the same thing that we have done for the center line of the edge also. And the thread keeps getting tangled in the other nail, so you have to take care of that also. Now we are reaching almost the same density as on the left hand side, and now we'll simply quickly close this so that we can go to the final step of doing these kind of thread arts. And this goes for, you know, all the shapes. You just have to crisscross between the outline of the shape in such a way so that, you know, there is enough density between the nails. Okay, so we are almost done here. Now comes the outline. So for outline, what you do is that you one inside, one outside, one inside, one outside, you keep doing that way. One benefit of having a quick this kind of thread is that it's not breaking, because I'm pulling quite hard on it, otherwise I'll not be able to do it, this will get loose. Now we have reached the starting point again. Now this time this thread has gone from outside of this nail to inside of this nail. Next time the thread will go from inside of this nail to outside of this nail, just a reverse. So basically you are creating a crisscross on the border. You can see that crisscross, right? That is happening now. Rest of the border will automatically follow, so you don't really need to remember. It's important that you seal the border, otherwise the letter will look incomplete. So sealing the border is quite important. Once you are done, you come to this final nail, rotate it a couple of times, and then you tie a knot. Tying knot is fairly straightforward. It's the same knot that I use for all my string arts. So you take the thread in and, you know, loop it around your finger, put the finger on top of nail, let the loop slide onto the nail, and then you simply tie it. Now this is not a very permanent knot, so you need to tie a couple of times and make sure that you are properly making it very tight. Once you are done, you can use this thread also to tie another knot. So let me simply cut this for now. So here we are done with edge. I think this has come out really nice. Now I'm going to follow the same procedure for the other letters also, and for rest of the letters it will be in time-lapse mode. Okay, so let's do rest of the letters also. So guys, here we are with the completed one. There was a slight mistake. So instead of threading these 4 nails, I have actually threaded these 4 nails. This was supposed to be blank, but this was little complex hashtag, so I really got confused between the nails. But other than that, rest of it has come fairly nice. It is fairly opaque, and if you look at it from an angle, it looks really good. Now a lot of artists use bronze nails here, which look really good, and they also have a bigger head. So one of the problems that I faced was that this thread is thick, and the head of the nail is not that big. So thread kept coming out again and again. It kept unwinding, and I have to rewind it again. So that consumed a little bit of time. Also, if you see, there is a slight curve that has come to the MDF board. Obviously this is a very thin MDF board, but I believe this kind of art can be done on thin MDF boards also. I was forced to apply a lot of pressure because the thread was unwinding on the nails. So because of that, there is a slight curve to this MDF board. Had the nail heads been bigger, I would not have been forced to apply so much pressure and tension on the thread. So this is like really really tight. These threads are really tight, and even if I'm pressing, it's not going down. It's that tight. So that's how you create these kind of thread art letters, names or name tags or nameplates. You can put any symbol, you can put a leaf here. It's all up to your imagination how you are winding out the thread. So here it was a crisscross, here it was a parabolic circular thread method that I applied. This was a mix of straight, parabolic and crisscross. This was again crisscross and parabolic. This was pure crisscross. So it completely depends on you how you want to create. At the end, the design should look dense and it should look homogeneous. That's all that matters. Now the last thing that we need to do is to hide these threads. So you can just push it inside, stick it somewhere inside, or what you can do is that you can take a lighter and kind of burn it till the point. So guys, that's how you do a nameplate, and I hope you guys found this video useful. If you guys liked the video, then please don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Till then, stay safe, take care, and bye bye.